it ended and how badly it ended. No one. I'll cut Kramer a pass there. Erico, Bruce, did you address the after-hours spike in GameStop? It was just a glitch in the computer. It didn't happen. It's just a glitch. It's all fine. Anyway, there you go. Here we go. Nicholas, Bruce, I sent an email a while back regarding semiconductor stocks. ON Semiconductor in particular. This stock seems to be on the verge of a breakout. Is the industry holding it back? I don't know, my friend. I can't tell you about individual companies and what's going on there. I can only say that the computer chip shortage is real. That I know. That I see in many industries are reporting problems with production. And I've recommended the solution as an investment. It's kind of conservative. But SMH, the ETF, the VanEck Vectors Semiconductor Fund, that's the one that I'm recommending. It's at 238.70. It's down 55 cents this morning. The high and the low for the year, low of 110, high of 258. That's obviously from crash to now. And the market cap is $2.7 billion. It's a big ETF that specializes in holding computer chip manufacturers, including Taiwan Semiconductor and NVIDIA and others. That's as far as I'm going. And I don't have, I'm really not pushing individual stocks per se. There's a couple that I've mentioned, but it's up to you to decide which way to go. But whatever you like, good way to go. There it is. What else is going on? PS5 is getting hit hard by chip shortage. They can't keep up with the demand. That's right. Gaming consoles require certain powerful chips, and they're having trouble getting them too. I totally get it. This is why the GameStop people and others are getting full price every time they sell a system, a gaming system. They don't have to discount it. There's a shortage of the systems. There's a waiting list of customers that want them. They're paying full price. And so GameStop's margins are the highest they're ever going to be in the retail stores. But going forward, as they shut down retail stores and get rid of all that overhead, their margins will go much, much higher, selling out of the warehouse through their website globally, which I think will be the right move, definitely the right move. There you have it. At the moment, this is the opening right now. A lot of speculation on where the stock is going to be between now and tonight. And then tomorrow and Thursday should be most fun as the fallout from the financials are digested by the investment community, and the fallout from the conference call will be digested by all the media following this thing tonight. This could be a most interesting 2 or 3 days coming our way, and attacking the market to try to drop it on hopes that the public will buy into the notion that the company's financials aren't good enough and it's all over. And then that could be followed by a whipsaw buy wave where people going, you're selling at 150. I'll take it off at 150. You're giving it whatever that low price is. I don't know what the low price could be. It might not be anything under 190. I have no idea, but there could be so much buying interest for the dip, whatever dip there is, that it'll whipsaw $50 the other direction in a heartbeat. This could be a most interesting time. What's going on? Anyway, there you go. We'll see what's going on. Wally's World. Whoever's selecting tweets for Bruce, the SpaceX thing might be real. I watch the live feed from Boca Chica every night. Puts me to sleep after a long day at staring at Bruce. Well, I would think anything would put you to sleep watching me all day long. I mean, you got to think, and watching paint dry has got to be exciting. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Do you have any thoughts on ETFs? I have young children and looking to start a college fund. Well, I've only recommended the one at this point. I mean, a ton. I mean, 10 years ago, they just stormed the market, and you've got work to do. I'm not here to recommend 25 different ETFs. It's not my thing. But from time to time, I'll come across one that will catch my eye, and I'll mention it. But Matt, you've got to think here about, like you're saying, I have young children looking to start a college fund. So you're looking at a 10, 15 year-ish plan. I get it. I see where you're coming from. You want to certainly look for an ETF with low fees, obviously, but you want something that'll grow and that will withstand economic trials and tribulations. So it's a long-term game. I mean, you're not looking for an ETF that'll double overnight, but could go to zero overnight. You don't want to play that game with this kind of money. And so you're going to have to be a little more on the conservative side. But bond ETFs, I don't think so. The returns are just useless. So it's got to be a combination of growth and earnings, high growth perhaps, but something that maybe has dividends associated with it. Matt, it's not easy. I agree with that. It's not easy. And, if I come across something that catches my eye, I will mention it down the road. No question about it. Jimmy, can't wait for earnings and tomorrow's ascension to the moon. We will then be traveling with Bruce. Will it go to the moon tomorrow? I don't know. Not saying it will. I'm not saying it won't do something, but I have no idea what this is all about. Can you explain how a chip shortage is? Well, it's simple, Adam. If there's a shortage of chips, you produce good quality chips. They're pre-sold. Your production might be pre-sold for the next year at full price, no discounting, and no problems in collecting money. I mean, that to me is the perfect business. I mean, your customers are just handing you money for a product you haven't delivered yet, and they're paying you full price. And as soon as it's off the line, it's delivered to the customer, and everybody's happy. That's a good thing. I would think that chip stocks should be definitely in everyone's portfolio, and the safe way to do it is just go after the SMH ETF and forget about it. Pick that up and put it away, and take a look at it every couple of months to see how it looks, because I think you're going to like what you see. But that's just me. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. What some of these comments, I don't understand what people are asking me here. Really weird stuff. Bruce, would you rather eat a rotten bagel or sell VGAC at? I don't eat rotten food. I like certain stock. I don't know why I have to prove it with that. Kirsta, thank you for showing off all these emojis. I want GameStop to pop so I can load up on more SPACs. And what else have we got here? Thanks for the tickers, I'm going to say. Totally natural stock movement. It's been a while since the drop. There we go. Over here on the show, what do we got right now? We have 1,400 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for 1,400 thumbs ups today. 5,800 of you watching right now. If any of you who are watching could kindly find a way to give me a couple of those, hit a thumbs up for me. That would be great. Let's get the show moving. We have 86 down thumbs right now. So we're almost at about a 17-to-1 ratio like this to this. If we can get these going, we can get it to 20-to-1 or more. That would be super. 1.6, there we go. 1,600 now. Just a couple more hundred come in here. Thank you, everybody. If you get me going, here they are, 1,700 now, but we got 90 thumbs down. So we got to get to 1,800 thumbs ups to be at a 20-to-1, maybe to a 2,000 to get to 20-to-1. That would be super. Hit that thumbs. There it is, 1,900 right now. Here they come. We're just about a 20-to-1 ratio up to down. Just about there, 1,900 to 99, 1,900 to 99, 1,900 to 99, 100 and 2,000. There's a 20-to-1 ratio. Thumbs ups to thumbs downs. When I ask for thumbs ups, the thumbs downers show up too. What can I say? They hate everything about me. They hate all the hair I have. They hate how beautifully dark it is. They are upset by my perfect skin. They just can't stand how pretty I am. They really are jealous of how just it's all working out for me. Well, what can I tell you guys? I'm doing the best I can. We're at 190 on GameStop, getting hit right now. Question, will GameStop drop 10% in value this morning on a little dip here? And will that bring in the restricted short sale program? Are you out there trying to line up to try to get some of this? If it does that, it closed at 194, so it would have to drop to about 175, 174 to be in that 10% drop range. There are speculators out there who have loaded up on put contracts in a big, big way. And some of these guys might be motivated to try to find a way to get this stock to take a dip so that their put contracts will go up in value and they can cash in. Now, is that legal trading or is that illegal trading? It doesn't seem to matter with the SEC, by the way. They don't seem to do anything about it. 189.99, by the way. Bertie, hey, Tio, which chip manufacturer would you recommend? Just buy SMH. Just buy the ETF SMH. Matt Cato, super sticker. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. John Finley, thank you for becoming a member. 189.93. Will they take a run at this stock now to bring it down to 175, 174 to get the 10% restriction in there, that short sale restriction? I don't know. It's at 189. There, like I said, there are put holders with probably thousands of puts. So that would represent hundreds of thousands of shares of GameStop. And the lower they go, the richer the put contract players get. Now, there are also tens of thousands of call contracts outstanding, obviously, hoping for the stock to go the other direction. We're dealing with a big bunch of money going on each side of this market. Right now, it's 190.75. So this market will be volatile perhaps today. Don't know if it'll trade all that much, but it could be volatile back and forth. And I'm wondering, with only 1.3 million traded today, are there a bunch of buyers between 180 and 185, 175, 180, waiting for stock to come to them? They're going, yeah, you bring it to me. Come on, you go ahead and try and sell the stock to me. I'll create a nice headache for you, because we'll buy everything you got and down that you didn't get down. You lost your money on puts. Now you're going to lose money on the short sale. That could be going on. 190. I kind of caution people who are trying to short this to say, you do not know for sure whether or not Mr. Cohen will be good or bad for you. I'm thinking he'll be bad for the shorts, good for the longs. But hey, I'm just a guy in front of a computer, in front of 5,825 people watching him live right now around the world, going, I hope you like the show, and I hope you don't mind me speculating on what I think might happen. But I can't make it happen. I can only tell you what I see and what I'm interpreting is happening. And let's go from there. By the way, AMC is now only down 66 cents, so it's a bit better, definitely. It was down to 11.31 this morning, right near that opening. It's now 11.84, so it's come back 50-odd cents, so not quite halfway from its loss at the open today. 12 million traded, by the way. GameStop now 191.46. Over at Vector Acquisition, it's up 8 cents to 12.59. Had a very good day yesterday. Vector Acquisition. And then NavSite Holdings, 10.26, kind of hanging around. Over at Gore's Holdings, down 58 cents to 15.20. This stock does jump around, I will admit. It does pop. It was in the 16.50 range last week. It was in the 14.70 range last week. Now 15.26, but we're all waiting for the mergers to be completed. Virgin Acquisition Group, 10.44. Quiet today, down 2 cents, all waiting out the merger to be completed. Starboard Value, 10.02. Fortress Value, 9.92. You can buy this thing 8 cents below the offering. And if they fail to do a vend-in, you get $10. You free investment. But I think they are going to be able to do their merger. And I think you'll probably make money anyway. And so up to you, though. You got to decide whether you got the chutzpah to buy Fortress Value at $9.92, knowing that you'll get $10 if they don't do the deal. Some people, that's not good enough. Oh, you're offering me a guaranteed return. I want 50 cents guaranteed return. Then I'll buy into it. Okay, what do we got? Vanek Vector's down $1.70 on the computer chip ETF. Home Depot up $3 to $2.91. Boy, I was talking about this stock the last few weeks, and I remember, right here, I'm looking here on March the 5th or so, it was $2.46, and I was yelling at this camera going, it's $2.46. They just increased their dividend by 10%. It's now $2.91. There's an opportunity lost for those of you who didn't buy a Home Depot when I mentioned it. But it's all right. There's better days ahead. IBM up 23 cents to 130. I started mentioning that at 120, 119 or something. The Dow is down 52 points. It seems to be improving a little bit right now. S&P down 5 points. NASDAQ down 30. Oil down $2.30 a barrel. Microsoft up $2. Apple down 36 cents. Tesla down $2. Not a lot going on here. Bed Bath & Beyond up 3 cents. BlackBerry down 43 cents to 10.28. What else we got here? The cruise lines down again. Royal Caribbean 86.80 down $2. Royal Caribbean down 79 cents to 27.86, and Carnival down 75 cents to 26.73. They are worth much less than that fundamentally going forward. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. That's from this guy. Anyway, that's my point of view, and that's from this vantage point. Right now, the GameStop 190.48 down $4 on the day. It was as high as 201 or so. It was the high. So it's at the lower end of the range here. Now 188.56. There's an absolute battle waging regarding the potential of GameStop's stock price for the next 24, 48 hours. There are a lot of put buyers who have wagered a gazillion dollars that they think this stock is going down to at least $140 a share. I don't know if they're right, but if they get it there, they will have scored a big gain on their contracts. What could be interesting is if it hit that kind of level, would the stock then go up $100 a share? Because the reason for selling is over and everyone cashed out. I don't know. Will it even get anywhere near this level at 189 right now? It's running into a bit of a wall of buying, but only 1.5 million traded. There's not a lot of big wall of selling coming in. Well, we'll see what it wants to do. I think most folks are going to hang around until after the bell and wait and see what's being said by the company, what's going on. Anyway, I haven't seen that one. I'm Fidelity, but I know Robinhood just gave away my age, and I still have a mind of a 20-year-old, says Wally's World. Wally, I love you, buddy. I'm glad you're here. After hours and pre-market, mostly trade blocks of 1 or 2. These are the Wall Street bets apes. Oh yeah, did you know they own more than 100% of the float, and they aren't going to dump one share, these masses? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the small investors out there own a whole bunch of this company, and it's just not going to be offered for sale. That's what I'm thinking going on here. Let's see here. Spaceman Bruce, wouldn't it be cool if you did a virtual simulated investment? You invest $1,000 in each of your favorites, check in on your fake portfolio, see what it's grown. I haven't got time for that. I'm just going to talk about what I think's going on, and you guys, you let me know how I'm doing. You let me know how you're doing. If you followed my advisory or my stock list a while ago, you're doing well, you'll let me know. You're not doing well, you'll let me know. But I'm here for the long haul. I'm not here for a one-day flip. But what can I tell you? Thank you guys for coming by and seeing me and hanging out and making a few comments. I appreciate that. Johnny, thank you for becoming a member. This is good stuff. Thank you. Saki Bomb 171 is what Saki Bomb is saying. I'm not sure what that means. Are you looking for? I'm not sure what that means. I have no idea why you're mentioning that price, but it's okay. Morning bagels, chicken good. What do we got? 190.87 on GameStop, down $3.62. Where a vast majority of you are waiting for the close to see what the financials will be for the fourth quarter, for the year end, and then we're waiting for the conference call. This is all what it's about. Oh my gosh, a conference call. Oh man, we're gonna see what happens here. They've already made one announcement this morning. GameStop, they are saying goodbye to a guy named Frank Hamlin, who is a chief customer officer. I don't know what that means. I don't actually know what that job is, but they're likely to get a new chief customer officer. It'll be interesting to see where that person comes from. Is that person going to be stolen from Amazon or Chewy or eBay or other online selling type guys? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Is 71 trigger SSR? I don't think so. It's 194 close. Take off $20. I think it's 174, 175 triggers the SSR. So I'm not sure what that number is, what that number represents. Then again, remember the low of the stock was 172 when it was trading as high as 346, and it was dropped to 172 and came back to 285. Remember that day? Maybe this 172 number is the big one. They're trying to get to 171 to try to break the back of the bounce back of the stock. I don't know. Momentum traders are all over the place. There's a lot of speculation going on. We like this. You see, that's what we're talking about. Oh my God, GME. What was that comment? GME is a retail store, so customer interaction is a huge part of the business. This requires a customer care officer. Well, maybe they're getting rid of them because they're getting rid of the stores. And they're going online. I don't know. I don't know. Chief customer officer is responsible for knowing the client wants, needs, responsible for actually identifying the optimal client base. There you go. There's exactly, says Connor. All right, there we go. GameStop. Already has Amazon AWS CTO since February. He's on the board. He ran Twitch, competes with Steam. There's some pretty interesting people in this company already, I think. 188.55 on the stock. Let's see what is going on. Fun times. Let's see what's happening. Okay, Jonas. Hello, Bruce. GameStop reached 372 in the after hours at 18:03. Dropped back instantly. Do you have any idea why it didn't? It was a fake trade. It was a misprint. It was a computer glitch. Never happened. And sorry to get you excited, but it could be a harbinger of dollars now. A little bit of selling coming in. Let's see what it does. A volume only 1.7 million. Not a lot of volume here. 187.94 right now on GameStop. That's the deal. Anyway, there it is. GameStop. Stock market with Bruce. I should be drafting motions to reinstate bonds, notices of appearance, etc. That's what I should be doing right now. But you're just too darn interesting. And so I'm taken away from the work, you see. And isn't that interesting? Very, very fascinating. GameStop, how much extra cash do they have after our little jaunt? How much extra cash do they have after our little jaunt? I'm not sure what you're referring to. GameStop, only 1.6 million volume. Yes, support Uncle Bruce. Sean, new member. Buddy, welcome in, guy or gal, welcome to the show. I have a lot of ladies joining this channel, by the way. I don't know if you noticed this, but I was at only 7% female participation on this channel about a month and a half ago. We're now approaching 10%, and I'm really proud of this. This is a big deal to me. I would like to get more ladies here because many females have investment accounts and don't know what to do, and they have nowhere to turn for advisory services or just an idea of what's happening to try to understand in plain English what's going on. More and more are finding this channel. And because we've turned this channel into a membership channel, we've eliminated, I hope, a lot of the hatred and absolute vile that was coming in here through all kinds of trolls and other kinds of hackers and stuff. Kind of hoping we've put an end to that, because if you become a member of this channel and then you start putting hate messages out, the problem is you'll get reported. And if it's crossing a legal line, the folks at YouTube and the authorities can track back that member through their donation. Because all of a sudden, they're not anonymous anymore in some little basement anywhere making some sneaky little comments. All of a sudden, they're exposed, and that'll put an end to that. Well, so this is why we've done what we've done. And the ladies are here, and I'm really happy the gals are coming in. We have all the money. Get your money, gal. So I'm very happy that the gals are here and are finding me. Financial feminism, girl power, gals. Welcome to the show, and I'm glad you're here. This is beautiful. I'm very, 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 very happy. There are girl Seans in Canada. Laugh out loud. Love the channel. My missus is bored of my talking about stocks. Well, what can I say? There are a lot of ladies who watch me who are not bored listening to me talking about stocks, just because of how things are going on. Cab, that's an interesting perspective, but I'm still confused on how non-fungible creates a park. We like the ladies who like the stock. Lady Ape Gang. Fantastic, gals. Welcome to the show. Nelly, thanks for recommending the SMH ETF. Is there a cannabis ETF you can recommend? I do not. I do not recommend cannabis ETFs. I do not recommend cannabis stocks. The reason is because here in Canada, it's been legal now federally for 2 years plus, coming up to maybe 4 years now that's been legal here. And it's been a tough go for public companies in this space. Even with things being legal here, we have 10 provinces or 12 provinces, territories. They all make their own rules for distribution and for retail store enactment. Each city and town controls what permits are granted for cannabis dealers. And these publicly traded companies just do not have a level playing field across the country. It's just a hodgepodge, and it costs a lot of money in legals and in health board checks and everything else just to be in the business, and the margins are just eaten up. And then you've got the other problem, and that is the provinces and the governments determine the taxation on cannabis, which ultimately leads to what the price has to be charged at the retail counter. And your local guy, whoever that local guy is you've been using for all these years before it went legal, they're competing with the retailers, and they can undercut them like that because taxes are margin, and governments are greedy, and they're looking for the big home run ball on cannabis. And a lot of cannabis public companies thought that they were going to make billions of dollars getting into this business, and they're realizing, no, it's the government that makes the billions. We get the millions, and we need to make billions to attract investors, and it's not happening. And so there have been all kinds of mergers in Canada between cannabis producers because they just can't make a go of it on their own. And so they're figuring, well, we'll just merge in with others and survive, and maybe, the power of growth that way will survive us. It just hasn't paid off in a big way, and the local dealer just runs circles around these shops because of the long-term relationships that they've had with their client base. There's just it's a unique business. Let me tell you, it's a unique business. In the alcohol business, when alcohol became legal again, the speakeasies had to shut down, and you had to turn into a legitimate bar again. Well, the price of a beer went up. The price of alcohol has always kept going up and up because governments are addicted to alcohol and cigarette sales. I mean, they want the money. And so the sin tax, they call it, they try to shame people into wanting to buy a beer, which is ridiculous. Sin taxes are a big part of government revenues. And there's always this balancing act between alcohol prices to the public versus producing your own rum illegally with a still. And in the 30s, there was this problem that there were people producing the product themselves, not prepared to pay the government price for that merchandise that could be made at 1/10 the price. And so here we are in modern day, whatever. There's this idea of growing your own product versus buying from a store. And if you're in Canada, you're allowed to grow your own. You're allowed so many plants per household if you want to do that. And this could be a problem for the producers that are publicly traded. Now, I don't know about the United States. I have no idea what's going to happen in America. I'm not sure if Biden can make this happen make it go public nationally or not. The states are definitely going this direction, obviously, but I can't speak for the U.S. So I cannot give you an ETF on this area for cannabis. Can't help you. Is this legitimate investment? So I'm being silly. The company receives money when I purchase their shares. How much? No, they don't get anything. Public companies get nothing. When you buy and sell GameStop or any stock on the open market, the public companies get zero. They get absolutely none of that money. That is transactions between buyers and sellers of existing stock or shorted stock or failure to deliver stock, synthetic stock. In the case of GameStop, the company gets absolutely zero money from any shares changing hands at $189.20 right now. The only way the company will get money in its treasury is if it were to issue stock from its treasury and dilute the existing shareholders so that they issue maybe 5 million new shares at $200 a share if that deal were to go through. That would bring in $1 billion. That would end up in the treasury of the company, less the commissions and fees to do the deal. There's all these legals, filing fees and exchange fees and commissions to the brokerage firm. And so the brokerage, what usually the companies will do is they'll say, we're going to raise $1 billion by selling 5 million shares at $200 a share, but we'll give the broker an option to add another 350 million or 100 million more broker option, or a 50 million larger amount just for the broker as an option if they want to do that. Well, that would bring in another $50 million. And that would cover all the fees to raise the billion. So the company actually gets $1 billion in cash. The other 50 million is eaten up in fees, which is a write-off, but it means more stock issued. The stock was issued to pay for the write-off. Dilutes the company, but it puts $1 billion in the bank and lets the company to be more flexible with what they want to do. Now, if GameStop were to do an issue at $500 a share, if the shares were to rise up on a run here and they were to start issuing stock at $500 a share, well, 5 million shares would be $2.5 billion instead of $1 billion. It'd be a lot more money. If they were to issue 30 million shares at $500 a share, that's $15 billion in cash into the treasury of the company. With 100 million outstanding, that means every single share that exists has $150 cash value to the company right there, to every shareholder. So that you'll never see the stock under 150 because its cash value is 150 a share for all stock. It could well start trading, it'd be at 300 and above forever for me. So we'll see if that happens. Interesting, isn't it? I hope I'm not keeping you away from your jobs and your to-do lists. Thank you for hanging around here. Olivia says, never bored with this guy. Lady Ape Gang, not bored at all. Love to hear Bruce. Thank you guys for popping in. Emily, a new member. Hi, Emily, new female member to this group. Fantastic. We are adding ladies to this channel, and I am excited about this. This is really great. Thank you, all of you, for popping in and supporting this channel, Uncle Bruce, and then those of you who have been. Like I say, if you'd like a one-on-one session with me sometime, make sure to send me a private email. Just send it right here to brucefarmer@hotmail.com and just say, Bruce, I'd like to schedule a one-on-one. When can you fit me in? And I'll send you an email back. And we'll see what we can do. I charge $400 US an hour for a 1 hour chat. And I have a feeling that within about 15, 20 minutes, you're already ahead of the game because I'll try to keep you from making mistakes and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, there you go. Thank you guys for all of your support and for being here. I may have missed this before, Bruce. What's a good price range to buy some of this VACQ, Virgin Acquisition Corp? What do you think? Or Vector Acquisition? This is Vector Acquisition, not Virgin. This is Vector Acquisition. You know what? It's right now at $12.70 a share. It did hit here. These ranges is okay, but just wait for the deal to close. Buy the stock, put it away, and then don't worry about it until that merger is completed. They are taking over Rocket Lab, and they're going to be, and they are. Rocket Lab is a satellite launching company, and Rocket Lab is the second largest, will be the second largest publicly traded space company behind Elon Musk's company. So, and they're already successful launching satellites. They're already doing it. And they got a waiting list of customers who want to get a bunch of them up there. Geo Designer, we got a new member here. Geo, thank you for coming in here, Geo Designer, joining the group. I appreciate this so much. Alexander says, my job is to watch Bruce. There you go. We all celebrate women getting into investments. Their brain power is highly welcomed and valuable. Get rich, ladies, and tell us more on how you did it, please. Let's see here. I think he last said 30 to 50 days. I think he could mixing up SPACs. All the SPACs I've recommended so far, the 6 that I've talked about, they're all merging their own. They've all got their own deals in being merged in. I'm just trying to get my words out. They all announced in the last, 4, 6, 8 weeks ago that they're doing their mergers. And they're all in various times of when the mergers are completed. I do not have exact dates for any of them because that is not public information yet. So we're just waiting for the logistics to go through, all the filings, all the auditings. They have to do the name changes. They have to set up the new shareholder lists. They got to get all this figured out. All the titles of all the insiders have to all be discerned and disseminated and registered with the SEC. There's a lot of paperwork being done here on each of these SPACs. And it takes up to 90 days to do it. And they've all said trade under their new names sometime in the second quarter. We're still in the first quarter. It's March the 23rd. The second quarter starts April 1. So we have to wait till a week and a half from now, and then we're into the second quarter, and then done. I'm thinking most will be done in April. By May, for sure, they should all be done. That's what I'm thinking. But they don't listen to me. I'm not the authority here. I'm just telling you what I know. And this is the quiet window right now where you can buy these 6 SPACs where they can't speak, they can't promote, they can't do anything. They have to just keep their yap shut, let the lawyers and auditors do what they're doing. And when it's done, and then they can talk. and then you'll hear all kinds of news. I'll bring it to you. But right now, the 6 SPACs are in a quiet zone where you can get in them right now while it's quiet, and then see what happens upon the completion of this merger and the name change and everything else. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be rather exciting. But that's just me. ZZ Manilak, welcome to the channel as a new member. And Aaron Valentine, another lady, has joined in. Welcome, Aaron Valentine, to the group as a new member of Stock Markets with Bruce. You've joined the Uncle Bruce Club. Nice to have you here. This is fantastic. Any thoughts, Bruce, about owning works for you as an individual? If it makes sense to you to have your assets inside your RSP or TFSA or anything else, great. No problem at all. It makes no difference. Bruce Wally, sorry for spelling your last name wrong a few times yesterday. Just too excited, I guess. Everyone spells my last name incorrectly, and I know that feeling compels me to type this. Hey, thank you for being here, and thank you for coming around, and thank you for all your support, everybody. Hope we're going to have fun here. Proud to be a Bagel Gang since we were less than 20,000. Gotta have my daily dose of Bruce. Cheers, everybody. Hold and buy the dips. Thank you, everybody. I've been watching you for hours every day the last month. Love your stuff, Bruce. Saying hi from Spokane, Washington. That's 2 hours, 20 minutes from here. Welcome, and thanks for popping in and being with us. This is good stuff. Are the cruise lines worth buying puts on? I'm not in the options game right now. I have a lot to learn before I get into the options. I would not buy puts on the cruise lines because I'm saying that down the road, they'll trade at half the price. But I'm not saying how far down the road that will be, because for the last 6 months, these cruise ship stocks have gone higher rather than lower, which is completely opposite what I've been saying they should be doing. But they have a mind of their own, and there are investors out there who are all giddy about buying stuff out. But the long term, at the end of the day, sooner or later, these share fundamentals, to really study the fundamentals of the cruise lines, you're not going to like what you see, folks. You're not going to like it. So if you're long this stuff, God bless you, and I hope you made a bunch of money. But I'm not a guy to recommend cruise ship shares to anyone right now. Nowhere. Bruce, come closer. I want to rock. Johnny Dangerously is a classic. Sister Apes, love Aunt Jen. Love some Johnny. Okay. I've got, what are the 6 SPACs? I've only seen 4 of them. What are they called? Here they are, right? And the last 4, SVAC, VFAII, VACQ, NASH. Those are my SPACs right there. Those are the ones. The rest of them I like as well, as good long-term holds. I like them. Cav, thanks, buddy. If we're hypothetically thinking an upcoming market correction is coming up, would it be silly to think SPACs would be cheaper after the said correction? Well, even in a down market, you have winners and losers. Even in a bear market, you can have stocks hitting all-time highs. There's this fallacy out there. People think that if there's a down market coming, everything goes down and stays down and it's terrible. No, that's not how it works. In an economy that goes into a recession, you'll have some industries doing very well in a recession, others not so well, and they become evident as you notice the winners and losers on the stock market. You're going, how come these stocks are up all the time? How come these stocks are hitting 52-week highs? And you do some due diligence and you go, oh, wow, that's why. These companies are really on a roll, or they've grown market share, or they've cut costs, or they have a new product that is hitting the market beautifully. There are companies that do very well in recessions or in bear markets, environments, and so on. That is how this business works. And so you've got to be where the action. Sometimes you're into a momentum play. Sometimes you're into a value play. Sometimes you're into cash flow stocks. It varies. It varies all the time. GameStop right now, 190, coming back in there again. It is not really giving up ground, is it? Just not giving up the ground. Very interesting about how this is. Video should I watch to learn anything about analyzing businesses? Well, you can go to my channel and take a look at all the videos I've made, and you'll find some on certain topics, some on other topics. There'll be more videos coming forward about these kinds of topics and others. The more you stick around, the more you'll learn. We're trying to cover everything all at the same time, very difficult to do because there's so much to cover and so much to try and stay on top of. But thank you for coming by and hanging out. I appreciate this and enjoy watching what I've talked about. And I hope that you like what you see and you learn a little bit every day and you're just getting smarter and smarter. And at the end of the day, if I can help you not make mistakes in the market, you're ahead. You're just ahead of everybody else because we all make mistakes. Hopefully you'll make fewer of them. Larry Pitts, thank you for this donation. Appreciate it. Let's see here. What else is going on here? I don't want to speak for Bruce, says Aaron, but on Roaring Kitty's YouTube channel, he has a few videos on his style that seem very aligned with Bruce's fundamental style. Well, that's pretty cool. I've not ever talked to the Roaring Kitty. We've never chatted together. I'd be more than happy to be a guest on his show, but maybe someday we'll chat privately and compare notes. I don't know. It's a big world and a small world all at the same time, so you never know. Anyway, there you go, Aaron. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aaron, too, for being here. John, I wish my wife's car had peel paint like Johnny, but they're interesting. A bear market can't stop true value. Got it, Coach. There you go. How are we doing on the show now? We got 2,800 thumbs ups. That's great. We have 140 thumbs down. Not so great. So we're still about not quite 20 to 1. If we can get to 3,000 thumbs ups right now, we could maintain this 20 to 1 up to down ratio. And that would be super if you guys could find a way to hit that thumbs up button, get us over 3,000. We have 5,200 people here. That means I bet you 4,000 of you have not even thought of doing a thumbs up on this show, probably because you just hate my guts. You don't like what I'm doing. You want me off the air. You'd rather I just wasn't here. I'm just laying a guilt trip on you. That's all I'm doing. I'm just begging for thumbs ups, Just please give me thumbs up. 3,000 now. Thank you. Keep them coming. Thank you. 100 show. I mean, let's crush it and show YouTube what we're about here, that it's more lovers than haters. How about that? Thank you, everybody, for tolerating me. I appreciate it. Folks are laughing. Peel Paint and Johnny Dangerously. Yeah, he is fundamental, deep value investor. Just a casual mention that, I guess Roaring Kitty could come on. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? Wouldn't that be kind of neat? Wouldn't that be kind of if he came by? He would just say, hey, I'd like to appear on your show. I like what you're doing. Hey, I'm happy to talk to your peeps about game stuff. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of Bruce. It's from Johnny Dangerously. I think he won't really be talking publicly about GameStop anytime soon. I don't think so either. Probably not. I think he's got lawyers telling him to keep quiet. Let's get some thumbs ups for Uncle Bruce. He has awful educational information. Awesome educational information on his channel. Right on. Kieran, hey Bruce, is the price swings, albeit $6-7, and the low volumes indicative that there just aren't shares available out there to trade? That's part of it. Part of it is the fact that most people are waiting for tonight in the aftermarket. They're waiting for the close to hear the financials, and then they're waiting for that. They're waiting for the big meeting tonight, the conference call. It's only 2.3 million traded. This is reluctant trading. There's probably day trading going on. A lot of flipping in and out. 189.20 here, the low 187.20. That's what's going on here. Not a lot. I will say the volumes will pick up if there's an attack on the stock. If there's an out-and-out short attack, selling attack comes down, there'll be buyers who'll step in to pick up stock. They'll take the bargain off these guys' hands because I don't think these sellers get it. I don't think they fully appreciate what they're doing selling down here. They think it's going back to 50. I mean, that's the mentality is that this is just a promotion deal. It's just a stock being promoted, and it's just going to lose its appeal, and people will not putting any stock into it whatsoever. Is the fact that the company's completely evolving. You're not worried about that today. Okay, that's all right. But I have a feeling that people who are buying this stock today, they're prepared to wait for 2 years to say, yeah, but I'm happy to wait this out because I know that when this is happening a year from now, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, 10 years, 10 months, 12 months, 18 months, 17 months, this stock's going to be a lot higher than 189.09. It's going to be. So I'll buy it here. Yeah, I'll pick it off. Thank you. I'm happy to take an entry point. Instead of buying last week at the 210 range, I'll buy it here at 189. It's great. This is a dip. I'll take the dip. Thank you. Yeah, sure. You want to give me an entry point? I'll take an entry point. Thank you. We'll see. 189.52 is where we are right now. Let's see. What's going here? Bruce, if you're a company and a bunch of apes crash the servers tonight for your earnings call, what would you do? Well, I think they've hired an entity to handle the conference call that I think have measures in place to handle just that. But far be it from me to tell you how it's going to work. I'm the last guy who would tell you. I have no idea. But I suspect they've got contingency plans to more than likely handle it. But however, I guess, if the company were to be attacked like that, that's telling me the shares will go even higher. Because the desperados don't want the company to speak. That's telling me the desperados are really desperate. They don't want the company to talk because they're nervous about how high the shares could go. That's how I view it. But then I'm old school. What do I know? Anyway. Alex Baker, I've learned more about business than all my general electives in college combined. Smash the thumbs up for Bruce people. Thank you guys for these kind words and messages. Appreciate it. Let's see here. I always give you thumbs ups. I'm still working on my taxes. I hate taxis. Oscar's laughing. I learned more from Bruce than about business. Bruce, your Friday night movie crew gonna give it to you. I don't know what that means. My partner gets too anxious about aggressive investing bets, so I hang out here. Wouldn't that be so special? Good morning, Bruce. Good morning. She's all in on her smarter and safer bets. Colin D, once you're hooked, why get off the ride? What else is going on here? Jane Doe, don't the haters have anything better to do than get on your channel and give a thumbs down? No, they don't. They're looking for a place to vent their anger. And if they have shares that are going down in value, they blame me for that. Hang on, listen. I've got to adjust my chair here because, being 4'8" tall, sometimes my pillows shift on me, and, being such a short guy like Danny DeVito, I've got to keep adjusting my seat. So don't mind me, 4'8" Uncle Bruce. Ouch, just looked at AMC. It's straight sell walls. 11.53 is the stock price right now. Down 96 cents. It got as high as 11.93. Now 11.54. Low of the day 11.31, and it's not looking good, is it? No, it's not looking good. What can I tell you here? It was Bruce. Was that a glitch? That was a glitch at 372. What are your thoughts about stocks with zero public float? There are shares out there with a very small float. A lot of public companies, companies going public now only go with the 15% of the company in public hands, and maybe only a third of that can possibly trade because 2/3 is held by institutions for long-term investing. Very thin traded companies out there, many. That's kind of where I'm at. Bought a bunch of October call contracts for several of the SPACs just for fun. I think you're going to have a lot of fun there. When Uncle Bruce gets thumbs ups, GameStop goes up. Wow, 189.75 is where we're at. Bruce's mood moves with the stock price. I'm ready for a good laugh again tonight, my favorite uncle. Oscar, GameStop to the moon. Now, Bill, they're too bitter about their own lives and can't stand to see others actually trying to make some moves and see something through. Well, you get people who get caught in the hype, and they buy into the hype, and the stock does well for a while, and they're doing great. And then they're over leveraged with margin and who knows what, with options and out of the money contract. Me talk about something so sinister like fundamentals, and they don't like it. They want the dream. They want the moon story. That's all they want to hear. They don't want to hear anything else, because if you talk about anything but that, you're against me. You're a trader. You're a shill. You're obviously part of the hedge fund business. You got to be on the other side. If you're not talking, there's something wrong there, and that's what happens. And that's why I suspect maybe some of the other YouTubers out there are being very careful how they say what they're saying, because they don't want to upset their viewership that has become very emotional and very vocal and very agitated if the shares don't do what they're supposed to do. And I know that if GameStop were to go back to $50 a share, for whatever reason it is, there will be haters who will say to me, "You told me it was going to go to the moon," and I'm going, I would like it to go to the moon, but I can't make it do anything. I can only tell you what I see in plain English because that's my shtick. But some folks don't hear that. They only hear what they want to hear, and that is whenever he says the stock looks good, that's what they want to hear. When he says the stock doesn't look so good right now, they don't want to hear that. That's not. I didn't come to this channel to hear that. I know you're talking about the markets in plain English, but I didn't come here to hear the plain English about that. I came here to hear plain English about how great it is. And so this is what you get. And so we're at 189.87 on the stock, and that's where it's at. We've now got 3,400 thumbs ups and 161 thumbs downs. And there's the ratio of about 21 to 1 right now. And I keep begging for thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, kids. Don't forget about those. And hopefully we can make this ratio 25 to 1 or 30 to 1 or even better. But, you know, there are certain people out there who are upset. They don't want to hear the wrong kind of talk. What can I say? It is what it is. It is the world in which we live. AMC 1150 down 99 cents today. That's where AMC is. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not sure if you're doing well or not, but that's where it is right now. And we'll stay on this market. GameStop 189, the Dow down 28. S&P is now turned positive, 0.84. It turned it around. And NASDAQ only down 20. So not a bad day today at all. This is nothing terrible at all. It's very flat today. The markets are holding a lot of these gains they've made lately. The Dow is very close to an all-time high. So is S&P. NASDAQ about 4 or 5% away from an all-time high, which is kind of good. But there is always turnover, and that's what we've got right now. Stock Markets with Bruce, what are your plans for GameStop call? For the GameStop call, are you going to commit to comment live? Yes, I will be on the air during the conference call tonight. I will not get off the air when I start this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern. When I start 1 hour before the close, I'll stay on the air because at the end of the day, we get the financials, and then we get the conference call at 5 Eastern. They start on time. Doesn't matter. I'll be here the whole time, and we'll be watching the aftermarket trading to see how that goes. I'm assuming the stock will be allowed to trade in the aftermarket. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm assuming. And I'll try to interpret what the management is saying. That's what I'll do. I'll have that conference call on a device, probably on my big ass iPad over here or on my phone. And I'll be following that there while I'm talking to you here. And yeah, I'll be following it. I'll be watching for media reaction to see what people are saying. And we'll see what happens. So, Sasha, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I see that banner right there. This is absolutely fabulous. Another new member has come into the family. I love this. Thank you so much. We got a bunch of new members. Oh my gosh, they're coming in here like crazy. This is incredible. Sasha's a new member. Then we now have Johnny Supertramp is here. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show and becoming a member here. And then we have Philip, who's come in here. Philip Krasuski. Thank you, Philip. Dodging Donkeys. You mentioned fundamentals and e-commerce. Please explain how fundamentally GameStop can take market share from Steam. I've talked about this a billion times already, but stick around and you'll hear me talk about it again. But I'm not taking an hour right now to do that. We have gone over this a zillion times. Business from anybody. I don't know if that's even the case. I suspect that they're going to just grow naturally with the 10-15% growth of the market. The gaming market is just growing naturally. Remember, gamers started gaming in the 80s and the 90s. And they were 15 years old. 14, 13, 12, 17. They're now in their 40s, gamers. They're still gaming, but they can now afford the nice headphones. For their birthday, they're given accessories or a gift card for $100 to go to GameStop. These are gamers that now are in a higher demographic than when they started gaming. This business is growing in that natural way. And every child born today on the planet is likely going to be a gamer by age 6 going forward. That's just the way it is. How many kids do you know that are aged 6 to 16 that are gamers? How many? How many parents try to control their kids and keep them calmed down by letting them play on the video games for a while? I mean, and they're just sitting there and they're quiet. The mom and dad can talk to each other and have a civil conversation. How many people are using the gaming systems as a babysitting unit? Gazillions. How many 14 and don't want to hang out with mom and dad because they're playing games in their bedrooms now? They don't want to be interrupted. Tell me, how many? And at Christmas time and birthday time, grandma and grandpa, what do they ask mom and dad? What does the kid want? Just one thing. They want one thing. They want more for their gaming activity. That's what they want. The fancy chair. They want the headphones. They want the Switch. That's what they want, grandma, grandpa. And grandma, grandpa send them $100. Here you go. I don't know what to buy this kid. Here's a gift card to GameStop or online. It's going to happen where mama's going to say to grandma, for the kids card on the GameStop website, because GameStop now has gone digital and they can go nuts there. And guess what happens? Christmas Day, the kids are playing with their phones, ordering stuff from GameStop because they got all this money given to them from grandma and Uncle Joe and their older brother and dad and whatever. They got hundreds of dollars to spend on the GameStop site to buy more stuff to keep the gaming going even further. This is where this business is going. Does GameStop need to take out competition? Not really. They can just grow internally. That's where I think most of their growth is coming. This is a growing business, a big growing business. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old boomer, you know. I'm an old fart, you know. I don't know anything. He doesn't know. He says he knows. He tries to know. What can I say? When you're charging kids $10 to buy 35th Fortnite skin, that's a good deal. There you go. Oh man. Jennifer, when you know one of your positions is a loser, when and how do you decide when to cut your losses? The very first trade I made was buying AMC at 17. Obviously didn't know what I was doing. Well, I don't know what to say. It's not looking good right now, but I don't know. Over 14. It tried to go over 14. 25 times in 3-4 hours. It couldn't do it. There was a wall of stock there that the stock could not penetrate that wall. It's now down to, 270 from there. Man, oh man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Buds are, hey Bruce, with the rising interest of bonds and the threat of inflation as well as meme stocks being covered, do you think we could crash the market? No, we're not going to crash the market. The market is cash rich and you don't have enough. You can't stop it. No, this market is not going to be crashed. 185 on GameStop. We are approaching the low of the day again, down 919. And I've speculated today, this stock could have wild gyrations today. The pre-financial pressure on this stock could be dramatic from those who are convinced that this brick and mortar company will go out of business. There's that line of thinking out there. And they believe, no matter what you believe about the future of the company, they believe it's from the future is the past is bad, and the financials will prove it, and this company is doomed. That is the big picture from the shorters. And then there are the long players going, oh yeah, we think that this company is evolving into a different corporation entirely. And the heads that are rolling right now, the people that are being excused from future participation at the company, proves it. And the new blood coming in proves the direction that this company is going and where this company is headed. And I'm going to stick around for the new management to do what they're doing. And that's the Titanic struggle going on, kids. There's these icebergs, and there's the ship, and then there's the water. And now the question is, what happens to the passengers? Some are jumping, Some are going to be rescued. Some are getting out. Others are sticking around because I don't think it's a Titanic. I don't think this company is old school. I don't think it's a blockbuster. That's where I'm coming from. Let's see what's going on. Well, fun times. Fun times at the OK Corral is what's happening here. Thank you, all of you, for coming around here and sticking around. I like what we see. East Inflection. How is Chipotle up over 1,400 a share? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know how that works. Hey, Bruce, with the rising rates and everything. No, I already talked about that. The stock market with Bruce. A 6-year-old kid has 30-year-old gaming parents and a 55-year-old gaming grandparents, Gen X and under, all playing. There you go. There you go. That's right. That right there. That right there is. Sal, you mentioned that, and I say that the guy in charge of GameStop's transformation is about 34, 35 years old. What does that tell you? Yeah, we don't have 80-year-old managers running this company. We don't have that. We have very young people handling this company going forward now, who are right in this wheelhouse. He's got kids. What are they? 6, 8, 10 years old? Gamers. Hello. Yeah. If he's involved with this company the next 10, 15 years, yeah. You're getting it. You're getting it. I hope you guys are getting this. You're figuring it out that the management of this company are exactly the demographic that this company caters to. They know exactly what the company has to do. Bruce, how systematically? The stock is just trading where it is, and it's going back and forth, and there's a battle between longs and shorts. The empire and the resistance. That's. What can I say? There's the Darth Vaders, and then there's the Luke Skywalkers, and back and forth goes the battle. And you got part 1, and then part 2, and then part 3. And eventually, Luke saves the day. But we'll not yet. Haven't had bagel time yet. Waiting for Jen to rustle up. She'll be up in a while. Yes, this one right here. GameStop has a partnership with Microsoft. It's a multi-year deal. Yeah, that's right. GameStop gets paid by Microsoft for online transactions that they're doing. And I don't know the details of this deal. No one does. But this kind of raised the odd eyebrow about 6 months ago or 5 months ago when we heard about it. And I think this relationship could go much, much deeper. But no one at CNBC will talk about it. 183 on the stock right now, near the low of the day, down $10. It needs to be off about $19 to become put on the short sale restriction list. That's what we need. That would screw up short sellers the rest of the day, today and tomorrow, if it can drop that far. Don't know if it will, but it's down 1092. This is the low, 183.64, down 5.5%. And the street has been wagering through options contracts that the stock could either go as much as down 30% today or up 30% today or anywhere in between that today. Well, 140 to 260. Tell me where the stock's going to be today, between 140 and $260 a share. That's where the stock could be today. You tell me where it's going to trade exactly at every moment of the day as we watch this going on. I have no idea. Right now, it's down 10.50 a share. That's all. That's 5% drop. That's it. Volume today, 2.7 million. Absolutely nothing. People are waiting for the financials. They're waiting, and then for the management to speak. Oh my God, fun times. Microsoft is rumored to be buying Discord for $10 billion. I'm told. Microsoft's expanding out, moving into various areas. What will the relationship between Microsoft and GameStop be down the road as this work? This could be most interesting. Anyway, we'll see it. Steve is saying about another 9-ish something, $10 from here. It'll be in that range. It's at 184.23, down 1026, 5.28%. But 175.04, Steve figures, is the magic number for the short sale restriction list to be breached. That's the number, and that will take the stock off the short sale board, where you can just hit it at any price you want to hit it at. That changes things dramatically. But right now, 184.25 has not given up the ground needed. It was as low as 182.79, but has not hit hit that 175 level. And so here we are. We're watching. I'm kind of wondering, should I have my bagel just as it drops down there? Start eating my bagel around that 10% level and then watch it go the other way? I don't know. Will that happen? I don't even know. Remember, there are a ton of speculators who came into this market the last couple of days, and they've been buying put contracts on GameStop, expecting and betting that the stock would go down in value. If it goes down significantly, these put contracts will rise in value dramatically, scoring a big touchdown for the put buyers. The question is, will the stock drop enough to make this to go? But the street is saying that the indications are that options players, whether they're short through puts or long through calls, are guesstimating that the volatility of the stock could be as much as 30% down or up today and tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. That's what is being speculated all over the place, to quote Tom Hanks. Speculated all over the place, and that's what we're watching right now to see if that is truly going to happen. Cetaphil, is that a buy currently losing? Is that a buy currently losing $1,800? I don't know what that even means. Yes, hoping to get on the SSR list is just hoping for a 10% lift. That's right. It's just a 10% dip that people are wondering about, whether that will limit shorting of the stock directly on the New York Stock Exchange for the rest of the day today and all day tomorrow. But it hasn't dropped that level to that level. It was at 182 or so. It's now 186, shooting for 187. It's bounced back $4 or $5 here. Has not dropped enough to be put on that list. There could be a scenario here where there's so much buying interest at these lower levels that the sellers can't drop the stock. They can't seem to get it to drop, but they keep attacking it to try another run at it. I guess maybe that's what they're doing. 3.1 million shares traded now at 185.88 last, and that's what we're watching. AMC 11.17 a share. We're approaching the low of the day. We may have just hit it a few minutes ago. 11.01 might have been the low trade of the day on AMC so far. 11.16 right now, down $1.33. A very bad day again, followed by having had a day yesterday that wasn't very good either. So not good on AMC. GameStop down $8.99, 185.50 right now on the stock. Volume a light 3.18 million shares. Very quiet trading. Very quiet. All waiting for those financials. It might be a two-bagel day, someone is saying today. I just speculated all over the place. I'd rather have a 10% rise. Me too. We might get one today. You never know. And then a 20% rise. Me too. We might get one today too. And then 40%. Maybe we get that today too. I don't know if we get that today, but well, I'd like to see that, sure. Wally's World, Cav, unless you're Ryan Cohen, Larry Chang, Raul Fernandez, all back in GameStop and good people, I can't say it loud enough. Look into them. Raul came from nothing. He is DC's $150 billion man. There's some serious money behind these guys who are running GameStop. There really is. I was talking about GameStop. It's down so much. Well, it's down to $8.26 a share. It's not really that bad. But anyway, storyline without the bagel game. No, I have no news on what's happening here. I hope to have news by the end of the week. I hope to hear more potential news. I know that there's been a deal signed for a 3-part documentary series about GameStop on Netflix. I've heard that. I'm aware of that, but that's all I know. And that's at this point. That's all I know. We're gonna see what's going on here going forward. Let's go. What's happening here? I read there's a 2,200 share buy order at 180 a share. That's nothing. That sounds impressive, but that's not a lot of money. When you trade over a couple of million shares a day, 2,000 shares, 86 on GameStop at this moment in time, down 849. Okay. Did you hear that RC called an